Just across I-25 from downtown Denver, the usual 76,000 fans have made their way to Philip and Power Field at Mile High, the home of the Broncos.
What's going on, bro? Cool.
Here's the veteran Will Lutz to get us going. And off we go from Denver. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now a first carry for the Alabama product, Najee Harris. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
We met with these coaches during the week, Mike. They told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early, and we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
On the ground, it's Jalen Warren. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
We'll try again here, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Russ. He'll get that complete. It's George Pickens. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
George Pickens, a nice grab there. He not only topped the 1,000-yard mark for the first time last year, Mike, but he did so leading the league in average yards per catch. He can really get vertical, and I think in this new Arthur Smith system, especially with the play action, that's going to be a really big weapon on the outside.
They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he will lose yardage on the play. They knock him back to midfield.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Out of the gun, here's Russ. That's complete. Calvin Austin. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They get an even 20 on that one. That's a Steeler first down.
Explosive plays. Teams understand just how valuable they are in regards to the ability to score points. Typically, they come through the air, Mike. In this case, they got it on the ground. Now they find themselves inside the red zone.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So, I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Tight end on the move left. Trying to run for it with Harris. He's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8-yard line. So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. 0-0 is the score. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked. And they will turn it over on down.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Williams. He'll keep those legs churning, and he's got the first down at about the 23-yard line.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Play action now. It's Nix. He'll take a shot with Mims. And he is going to score. A pick six for the touchdown. And the defense comes up with the first points of this one. It is a pick six to make it a 6-0 lead.
And, Mike, we talked all week which offense was going to be able to strike first and play with the lead. Well, the defense, they had other plans. They're able to put the first points on the board by capitalizing with that pick six.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Jaleel McLaughlin now on the return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Set to go now on 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun. It's Nix. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
3rd down, 3 to go. On the give, it's Williams. And he will convert. Good job there. Drive continues at the 48. from the shotgun. Here's Nix. That's caught on the right side by Sutton. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Look wide, get this one complete. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a fourth and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this fourth down. Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
One final throw before the break. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Just that one touchdown on the board. 7-0 to score as the third quarter begins. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw is Nix. That is brought in downfield by Sutton. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a first down. Here's a handoff to Williams. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. They'll throw. It's Nix. He'll find his tight end. That's Troutman. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage, and it sets up 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. He's got his man. He finds Sutton. Nix throw it here on first down. That one caught Devon Vele. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
So many of these young rookie quarterbacks, they come into difficult situations. We see it year in and year out. They don't have a lot of veteran pieces around them. Maybe their weapons aren't great, but I don't think that's the case for Bo Nix. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Now, a second down throw for Nix. And he'll take it on in. Marvin Mims. Touchdown, Denver. His first touchdown of the new campaign.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
It's a return. Here comes Calvin Austin. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. First and 10. On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and the first down. They run it over center with Harris. And he's going to lose yardage here. That's the way they'll switch ends as this third quarter has come to an end. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. On the handoff, this is Warren. Maybe a couple there. It's third down. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. Got a man over the middle. It's Pickens. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. So out comes the veteran, Chris Boswell, in a big spot. This to take the lead here in the fourth. And this one is off the mark. It is no good. And this is going to stay a tie game here in the fourth.
And you just have to wonder what that'll do to the energy levels on both sidelines. I mean, you got a chance to break the tie here late, but he just can't connect.
A first down throw for Nix. Quick throw, taken in. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. A give, and here comes Williams. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a first down. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with the 2-minute warning coming up momentarily. This offense in good shape. 2 timeouts, plus the 2-minute warning as they line up for 1st and 10. They'll go again with Williams. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A gain of 17 yards. First down, Broncos. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Williams. And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's 2nd down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Here comes 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
I think it's clear, Mike. I think they have their sights set on winning this game in regulation. I don't think overtime is even in the picture. They're trying to be aggressive, continue to move this ball down. Can they find a way to pull this game off here late in the 4th quarter?
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Here's Williams. He's down inside the 10. A gain of 4. And now the timeout will be called, so they are in field goal range with 3 seconds left. Here comes Will Lutz in a big spot. This to win the game. This kick is good. And it's celebration time. A walk-off victory on the game's final play. So this will wind up a win for the Broncos. They get the job done here at home, and they follow the opening weekend victory with another here to move to 2-0 on the season. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Broncos are winners. As we say, so long from Denver.